So you want a gaming laptop. Something with a good screen, lots of RTX-powered ray tracing goodness under the hood. But you know that such a device will inevitably come with quite a heavy price tag, often well in excess of £1,500. If that is you, then you should check out HP's new Victus line of neatly priced gaming laptops. There are a few different versions to choose from, but this version I'm going to show you today kind of falls in the middle of the range in regards to performance, and we feel it probably is the best value for money. Although having said that, all of them are good value for money. These are budget gaming laptops and they are all priced very well for the performance that they offer. Priced at around £999, this laptop tries to strike a balance between performance, day-to-day usability and price. Although at the time of shooting this, it is available on HP's website with a voucher code for 20% off. So if you are quick, you can get this laptop for £799, which in my mind is a total bargain. So let's start with the performance, which there is plenty of here. This machine uses an Intel Core i5-11400H with an up to 4.5 GHz turbo boost. We've got 12 megabytes of L3 cache, 6 cores and 12 threads, and that is paired with NVIDIA's RTX 3050 Ti. Already sounds like quite a good proposition for the money, and add in that 1080p 144Hz display, 512 gig SSD as well, and this laptop does represent great value for money. But of course, that's on paper. How does it perform in the real world? Just having the headline specs isn't really enough, and for me, the Achilles heel of most gaming laptops is usually the battery. The HP Victus 16 has a 70 watt-hour lithium-ion battery, which is supported by a 200 watt smart AC power adapter, capable of getting this device from 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes. HP claimed that the battery life is good for 5 hours and 45 minutes. While that's not class-leading battery performance, it's still not a bad show. HP also offer the ability to underclock the hardware to produce less heat and battery drain through the HP Omen app, which is pre-installed and has a dedicated button to access it on the keyboard. But of course, underclocking or overclocking your machine has its risks, and HP will remind you of that if you choose to do so. The HP Omen app will give you access to all of your games in one place and will keep them up to date, and you can fine-tune the settings for each particular title. You also get access to HP's special offers and promotions, which some will enjoy while others will wish they'd left out. Performance is noticeably swift and snappy right from the moment that you first press the power button, which is this key here located on the top line. I think that HP have crammed a lot in the way of performance in here, so inevitably some concessions are going to have to be made to bring it in for this attractive price point. Other than the mirror finished V on the lid and the large exhaust which extends right across the back, this ends up looking like a fairly generic laptop. And there is no biometric scanner, no biometric login. The display has a max brightness of 250 nits, which on paper doesn't really sound like much, does it? However, HP have provided it with an anti-glare coat into the screen, which really works very well. I was actually quite surprised when I did take it outside on a sunny day, and although it wasn't perfectly legible, I could see what I was doing. I have seen brighter screens, or reportedly brighter screens, that do perform worse outdoors. Under normal conditions, the display performs really well. It's nice and sharp with relatively small bezels across the sides. We've got a slightly bigger one at the bottom, but the nicest thing about this display is its 144Hz refresh rate, which gives you silky smooth gaming and animation. Loading up Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is a punishing game for pretty much any system, the game scanned my system and then recommended medium settings. And the Victus 16 handles the game really well on these settings. You probably could push it a little bit more to high, but you're gonna get a reduced frame rate. Don't really bother do ultra, it can't really play the game on ultra, but that isn't really anything to be ashamed of. This game makes mincemeat out of most systems. The sound, which is tuned by Bang & Olufsen, is not necessarily the loudest, but it does have good quality. It's not tinny at all, and it does fill a medium-sized room. Although if you are a serious gamer, you are more likely to be using headphones, which brings me to the selection of ports that you get with the Victus 16. There is a 3.5mm headphone jack placed right next to a full-size SD card slot. Also on the left side there is a full-size HDMI port, an Ethernet connector, and both USB-A and Type-C connectors. On the right side is a little bit more sparse, and we only have 2 USB Type-A connectors there. For me, I think that it is a good move that they have put a full-size SD card onto this device, because as well as appealing to gamers, it will also appeal to content creators. The onboard graphics will help a lot with things like video editing and 3D animation. And as someone who does make a lot of videos, I would definitely appreciate being able to transfer my files straight from the SD card. It also takes V60 and V90 cards as well, so if you do use those types of cards, they are supported, so you do get super fast file transfers. I think I've been a little bit unkind about the design of this laptop. Yes, it is made from slightly cheaper materials, but the design itself is actually growing on me. It's kind of understated. It's not really something that you would expect from a gaming laptop. I mean, usually they look like something that's just beamed down from the Starship Enterprise. But this is much more subtle, and I think I actually like that. I think I actually prefer it to some of the more beefy, muscular looking gaming laptops that are usually available. But it is down to your personal preference whether or not you think HP have made the right decisions when it comes to the concessions that they've made here. This is a budget laptop, so you know you're not going to get the top of the line everything, but you do want to get a good bang for your buck. You get the sense they have put a priority on performance over styling and build materials. So if you are on a budget and you know that you need as much bang for buck as you can get, then this configuration might be right up your street. And that was the HP Victus 16. I hope you enjoyed this video or at least found it useful. Drop me a like, drop me a comment, and subscribe to Pocket-lint for more. See you next time.